Speaker, I have got two questions in quick succession. One, the Honorable Mudavadi, and following, or notwithstanding the ruling by the Speaker a while ago, you obviously know that in the coalition agreement that you entered into within the Kenya Kwanza Alliance, you did appreciate the fact that the position to which you have been nominated did not exist, or does not exist even as we speak. And that's why in that agreement there was a commitment that within 30 days a legislation shall be introduced in Parliament to provide greater legal clarity on the position, roles and functions of Prime Cabinet Secretary. That is at Article 21K of that agreement. I happen to have gone through it in the House after being tabled by my friend Honorable Kimani Chungwa. It goes ahead to say that the legislation to be introduced shall amend the National Government Coordination Act to include the office of Prime Cabinet Secretary as proposed herein to the existing structures under the aforesaid Act. To your understanding, doesn't this really confirm that without such legislation having been introduced, now more than 30 days since the election, the position to which you are being proposed or recommended or nominated is anchored on quicksand, constitutionally speaking? That is one. Two, you were asked a while back if you have been mentioned in any corruption case or scandal, and I listened to your answers. But let me jog your memory, Honorable Mudavadi, on the civil case number 280 of 2007. That is the Kenya Anti-Corruption Commission versus Wycliffe Musalia Mudavadi. In this matter, you are being accused of having fraudulently acquired property in Woodley Estate within Nairobi, property that belonged to the public, a property that was under the care of the Nairobi County Council then. This property is reference number LR number 209-13-539/129. What do you have to say about this? And if indeed it is true that you participated in what Kenyans would love to call grabbing of public property, public land, how does that sit with the requirements under Chapter 6 of the Constitution, that if by any chance you are approved, you will be swearing to protect and adhere to? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'll start with that very point. This is the Woodley Estate. Woodley Estate is a property that belongs to the county government of Nairobi. And I want to put it very clearly here that I stayed in Woodley, and our family has always had that premises. Now, I want to put it on record that to this day, we pay rent to the county government of Nairobi. At no time has that property ever been transferred. I want to put it on record here that the ethics or the Kenya Anti-Corruption body at that time went on a tangent that they had not verified the facts. I ended up also seeking legal redress for defamation on their part and for them having given out misleading information. Mr. Speaker and Mr. Chairman, as we speak today, the same property belongs to the county government of Nairobi, and we pay rent. I would not be paying rent for a property that is personally mine. And therefore I was not involved in any land grabbing whatsoever. The records are there, and I can request that even this committee can go further and seek whatever evidence they wish from the county government of Nairobi on that particular issue. And hopefully it will also be put to rest, because it was, in my view, a witch hunt at that time. Mr. Chairman, I also want to say that it is on the coalition agreement. It is true that the founding members of Kenya Kwanza, that is Amani National Congress, a party that I belong to, but I'm no longer the party leader, the Ford Kenya, Mr. Chairman, you happen to be a member of that party, and of course the UDA party, headed by the President of the Republic of Kenya. We did enter into a coalition agreement which we submitted to the Registrar of Political Parties, and it is a valid legal coalition document. Mr. Speaker, when we were forming government, we were alive to the fact that there are issues that can be done and executed by the President through the executive order. And these are now being manifested through Executive Order number 1. Now, the streamlining and clarity that we spoke about would be those that would help in refining the mechanisms of coordination of government. But they do not in any way negate the fact that the President constitutionally and in accordance with the Coalition Act has the powers to set up his government and assign functions, and this is under section 132 of the Constitution, assign functions to his cabinet secretaries or to other persons in government in a constitutional manner to assist him in the delivery of services and leading the country. So I believe that we have not breached any law, and when we talked about looking at the Coordination Act was in the context of strengthening that Coordination Act and not necessarily saying that it is an impediment.
Honorable Naisula.